Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. I hope everybody's having a great day nonetheless, or a great night, wherever you guys are watching this, whenever you guys are watching this. And honestly, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a lot of things, including, many things around XRP. Of course, if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. And of course, if you guys could hit that like button, it does help the channel grow immensely. It does help the videos get recognized, and I do greatly appreciate that as well. So with that being said, let's just kind of jump in and let's talk about a few things. So I'm only going to address Bitcoin a little bit here. We are still on I would say a tight rope right now. We are really kind of just walking around the 38K mark. Honestly, with everything that's happening with, Russia and stuff, a lot of people are concerned. Honestly, I just want to ask you guys, how many of you are scared right now? How many of you are worried, maybe doubtful that an alt season is even going to happen? Maybe you're doubtful that XRP is not even going over $1 again. And that's exactly what I want to capitalize on. Those individuals out there that are worried right now, there's not just a few of you, there's a ton of you that are doubtful. And usually when that happens, guess what? The opposite happens. So everyone that is doubting Bitcoin, doubting the, altcoin market, maybe they're doubting that we're even in a bull market. That's the same narrative that continues to get pushed, and the opposite usually does happen. And I'm not saying that's going to happen all the time. I'm just saying usually it does happen. And honestly, I will say this. I do have a video coming up later on today that I'm going to be talking about a lot of these altcoin gems in this market that are really incredible opportunities right now before the next major move on, of course, Bitcoin and this entire market. So, with that being said, let's kind of move on. Let's talk about some exciting things. So first off, we're going to be talking about brick trade. So again, this is not an asset that I am buying or anything like that. I'm not trying to, get you guys to buy this asset. Absolutely not. What I'm talking to you guys more so about is the introduction to what brick trade is actually trying to do in terms of tokenization. I'm sure you guys have heard about property and stuff like that. Honestly, though, this is where I really want to talk to you guys about. So the global property market is estimated to be worth about $214 trillion, aka 290 trillion US dollars, because this is actually in, I want to say, pounds. So overall, when we are talking about, the real estate market, it's major. I mean, it's a huge market, but it is ripe for disruption. And when we are talking about disruption, we're talking about tokenization. Okay, I've always discussed to you guys tokenization on this channel, and honestly, when we are talking about things that are moving very, very fast, tokenization is the area where we do see a lot of money pouring in. Honestly, when we are talking about NFTs, NFTs are a very small portion of this market, sitting at about like a $38.2 billion market cap, but with what the NFT market has, done in the last, I would say year and a half, almost 2 years now, is something very, I would say it's very interesting, and also it's not really surprising either, because individuals love collectibles, but what if you could buy a house in a fractionalized way? I mean, that's something that's going to be something that's very revolutionizing for a market that is 100%, ripe for disruption. And that is, of course, NFTs and DeFi are revolutionizing real estate investing and home ownership. Here's how. For example, here's property, right? I've talked to you guys a little bit about it in the past, but we did see that, they sold a house, and it was sold for 210 Ethereum at the time, worth about roughly $650,000. This is on an NFT collection. This is something that's very interesting, okay? This is what, the world is going to be coming to. I mean, this is where we do see tokenization making the major shift in this market, okay? And honestly, I really do think that's going to get very interesting very fast with, other companies like Milo offering crypto-based mortgages. Home equity goes DeFi from Vesta Equity as well. I mean, honestly, things are rapidly moving in this market, and tokenization is something to really continue to watch for. Now, how do we, play this back to, of course, Ripple, right? Well, first off, we go back to July 7th. Now, this is where evolving the RippleNet for a tokenized feature came out, and this is where we did see a lot of talks about tokenization, really where this market is going in terms of even CBDCs. Like, I definitely do think that a lot of the money that will flow over the RippleNet will be most likely CBDC money. It's going to be basically the bridge between all, banks, if you will. But honestly, I do want to talk to you guys about tokenization because even Ripple is seeing this as well. We do see here with the increase in adoption, there's a growing need for tokenization, the use of digital tokens to represent ownership of any type of asset, physical or not, on a blockchain. Tokenization is transforming how people buy, sell, track, and manage assets, everything from art and real estate, and I love the idea of them mentioning real estate actually, to intellectual property, equities, and supply chain goods. In fact, the World Economic Forum projects 10% of the world's GDP will be tokenized by 2027. So this is going to be something very significant, by the way, in terms of tokenization. But yes, the WEF, aka the World Economic Forum, has mentioned this. We do see here the tipping point: 10% of the global gross domestic product stored on blockchain technology. 10% of it. Expected date 2027. By the way, 2027 is actually a significant year because we've even seen Swift say, by 2027, $24 trillion will be tokenized. So that's something pretty significant. I think that they said it's actually going to be worth $24 trillion in market valuation. But again, that is very, very insane to actually think about. I mean, if we're talking about 2027, that's going to be a very significant time in history for blockchain and even crypto. By 2025, 58% of respondents expected this tipping point to have occurred as well. And we do see currently the total worth of Bitcoin in the blockchain is around $20 billion. Yes, since then we have grown astronomically, or about 0.025% of global GDP of around $80 trillion. And of course, when we're talking about 10% of that, it would be basically around $8 trillion in terms of market valuation. I think that we get there a lot sooner than 2027, honestly. I think that this market is going to grow astronomically over the next few even months. But we also see here, May 24th, 2021, building a more sustainable, scalable, and accessible future for NFTs with, of course, the XRP Ledger. And again, here's that quote from, World Economic Forum, about 10%. But of course, we kind of bridge it back to where XRP stands here, right? This presents a unique opportunity for the XRP Ledger, a blockchain that was created with the design and performance characteristics necessary to handle all types of currencies or assets with a high efficiency and at a low cost. And again, this is mentioned in NFTs and the growing demand for this. And when we are talking about XRP, right, XRP is going to enable developers a seamless experience for NFTs. This is going to grow in terms of the NFT market and, of course, marketplaces, but I don't think that this is going to be the end goal here. Honestly, when we are talking about NFTs, I definitely do believe that NFTs are so much bigger than what everyone is kind of looking for. Like, for example, a lot of individuals are just looking for JPEGs. I'm looking for the next big thing in terms of NFTs, like, healthcare use cases, things like that. More so data, being able to tokenize data and actually transact that. That's going to be something very significant. But also, with everything that is happening within, Ripple with NFTs and tokenization and all this kind of stuff, right? We talk about all of this, and then we kind of really see the value behind tokenization. And you know what that is? That is this. So Securitize, Ripple and SBI Holdings investee/partner, just bought Pacific Stock Transfer, a traditional transfer agent, making them among the top 10 agents in the world by investor accounts with 1.2 million plus. These are foundations of serious tokenization. And if you guys did miss this, this is something very significant. I want you all to understand that this is everything that I've been telling you guys about for a very long time now. And what that exactly is a tokenized stock market. So I've always told you guys that when we're talking about tokenization, yes, real estate is huge. Trust me, $290 trillion, massive. Okay, but what about the global? I mean, we're talking about global stocks. We're talking about stock markets, not only on the New York Stock Exchange and things like that, but I'm talking about global stocks. I think that this is going to be something that really is major at, hand. I mean, honestly, when we are talking about tokenizing equities, tokenizing commodities, things like that, all of this plays hand in hand with massive amounts of money. But we do see, Securitize, which raised $48 million in funding round last June, makes the firm a top 10 U.S. stock transfer agent, serving 1.2 million investor accounts and 3,000 clients, according to the press release. So this is a very large overall a company. I mean, honestly, when we're talking about, Securitize, it's partnership with, it's not technically a partnership with Ripple, but they do have direct ties back to Ripple, honestly, especially even SBI Holdings. So when we are talking about this, I wouldn't be surprised if they were possibly utilizing some sort of ledger technology. The only one that they are partnered with, of course, is Ripple. And I don't like to, speculate too much, but, in my mind, Ripple really is the only solution for them currently if they, don't have another partnership, because Ripple is the only one that actually has the XRP Ledger under its belt, which of course allows for something like this to actually work. So I think that this is something very significant. I think that this is something to really continue to watch for, especially in terms of tokenization. And last but not least, I do want to talk to you guys about some stuff with, of course, the SEC lawsuit. So we do hear this lawsuit had to be a weapon to slow Ripple down. It's the only reasonable conclusion. And guys, if you didn't see it, go check out Johnny D, and he tweeted this actually yesterday. But he said, prediction, the case against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson is over. It was over the day it was filed. There's no way the SEC can meet its burden. The SEC must prove the two executives had actual knowledge XRP was a security or was reckless in not knowing. In order to prove recklessness, the SEC must prove a reasonable person would have known XRP was a security because it was so clear and obvious to anyone at the time. And of course, he really breaks this down. Honestly, I'm not going to talk to you guys too much about this, or else this video would be 20 minutes long. But honestly, there is no facts against Ripple knowing that XRP, was a security or a currency at the time. I mean, of course, they thought it was a currency before, of course, the SEC rug pulled everyone. But honestly, yeah, I mean, this case to me is over. I don't think that this case has any legs below it, and I really do think that the SEC is crumbling right now within themselves, trying to, fight this case. I just think that it's an uphill battle, right? And they're not going to win it. It's really not, in my mind, something significant from the SEC's side to even try to win this. But for those out there who are holding XRP and for those who are supporting crypto, this is something huge to watch for because, like I said, this SEC case from day one was always about slowing. It was always about slowing Ripple down. Of course, they wanted to slow Ripple down. I mean, if you think about it, go look at all of Ripple's technology. Look at what they are trying to go after. They're trying to disrupt a legacy system and really kind of take a little bit of power away from the banking structure, if you will. And that's something that they don't like. And Ripple was never here to get rid of banks. I actually just talked about this in my video from a couple days ago. Ripple was here to connect those banks to one another to have that efficiency standard. And when we are talking about that, it does also save a lot of individuals a lot of money that is going into intermediary hands. And that's something that they don't like. So XRP, aka Ripple, and the only reason why I say AKA is because, when we are talking about this SEC lawsuit, it's all kind of centered around Ripple CEOs and stuff. So, but when we are talking about Ripple, it was clear to me since day one that this was such a massive, case to really kind of overshadow this entire crypto market. But honestly, in terms of the structure behind the case, there was really nothing to it. And the SEC knows this. I honestly think that the SEC is just trying to drag this on as long as possible. But for the most part, those who are holding XRP should be celebrating right now. A lot of you out there should be watching this SEC case unfold in front of your faces and just be like, wow, Ripple really did put up a massive fight, and they are continuing to do so. And now the SEC is under immense amount of pressure. And honestly, there is only one way this really goes to, and that is, of course, a settlement. And when that does happen, I'm going to be holding XRP because, guys, I've always addressed to you since day one, the price action after a settlement happens is going to be mind-blowing. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.